There's something called neuroplasticity. Things can change. Repetition. I used to know how to speak.
I feel like I'm in a session right now.
I don't know how to do that shit no more. Why? Because I stopped learning how to speak Japanese. So once you build a habit of doing something or not doing something, you can actually change. You know what I mean?
So I want to give a personal story, right?
And I'm gonna give one after you.
Hold on before you guys get personal stories. Let me get Monique in there real quick. Okay. And my Precious and Bruises Ali. Because I just feel like, I just want to pay my co-payment.
Passing the torch.
Y'all gotta jump y'all asses in there. Come on, y'all go.
Go ahead.
I don't overtalk people. I just can't do that.
Oh, you got class.
Wait on people to speak and then I'll speak.
Right, what's wrong with class?
I'm glad she's back. I was waiting on her to come back on the camera. Is it Sarah or Sarah?
Sayera.
Yeah.
Sayera.
Okay, that's so beautiful. I totally understand what she's trying to deliver to you guys, and maybe it's not coming out to where you guys are understanding, because I get exactly where she's coming from. And that's why I was saying, when I said my dad told me like how men perceive you based on what you're doing, and that's what they're going to perceive you as. She's totally right. Like, you may do one thing with this guy that you don't do with this guy. So this guy may be somebody that you're cool with, and he may end up perceiving you as somebody that's the cool homegirl that he called. But this guy may be showing you dating, relationship type of stuff, and you might be doing things different with him, and he probably looking at you like, oh, I can potentially be with her. So they're both going to have two different perceptions of you, because they're getting two different things from you. They're not getting the same because they're coming at you differently. And then with Anton, and I think you're very close-minded, and I think you need to be a little bit more open-minded, because I understand you've been married, but when you first got on this panel, you said my chick. So I just assumed that was a girlfriend. I didn't even know you were married until you just said you've been married for so many years.
Sometimes that's my bitch.
But that's what I'm saying. So I perceived that you were just a single man just dating a woman. So when Mr. Lego corrected you, when he said that you got to speak to an older audience, you can't be so close-minded as to young people, because Lapeef audience is not younger people. The people that's watching this live right now are older adults. So if you're trying to teach them something and want them to learn something, you have to get on their level right now. Everybody ain't perfect.
I was trying to teach them.
Because you said your exact words was, you've been married since you were for over 18 years. Your wife was a virgin. Everybody's life is not that. Everybody's life is not like that. Everybody,
I know, and that's why they're inferior.
So you have to be open with different dialogues of everybody's experiences.
No, I don't.
Hold
on. Stop. Let me tell you something. A king,
and I heard you clearly, because that's one thing I do. I listen.
Not fucking lower himself at all. At all. I am the man. I do not wait for anybody to give me my flowers. I am not trying to teach anybody on this particular panel. I have a completely different platform for that. So if they want that, then they have the option to be able to do that. And it's incredibly popular. Incredibly popular. And it's a lot of bag chasers that's out here that's getting that bag as a result of getting up under my covering and my tutelage. However, this is an opportunity for me to tell the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. I'm not trying to make nobody feel better. As a matter of fact, my slogan in life is fuck your feelings. I don't give a fuck about what nobody think at all. I am a man that is moving in my purpose. I don't go left or right based off of what the sentiment of other people think. And I think that if more men was more forthcoming and strong in their convictions and moving in their purpose like I am, then you would have less hoes out here thinking that they can get away with the bullshit. More men need to be strong instead of acquiescing over into the whims and the woes of what a woman think. I don't give a fuck about what a woman think. As a matter of fact, a woman's purpose is to get up under me, not the other way around.
So you're basically saying right now, I just want to get clarification from this. You're perfect. You're like the perfect epitome of a man.
Don't go
right up under Jesus.
Okay.
Man, y'all feeding man ego. Look. All I can say is this. I can't sit here and tell a woman what she can deserve, earn, or any of that thing. Because I know that there's an overwhelming population of simps that's willing to step in there and say these hoes. So there's guys out here that's willing to support the delusion You know, I have a cousin, you know what I'm saying? He married a woman that was for the streets and had multiple kids. And this like all the stuff we talking about is just in the wind until one of these women on this panel say, okay, so if you fit that criteria, what type of man are you think you deserve, or you earned, or you entitled to? Whenever I hear that, whenever I hear the details behind that type of guy, that's when I'm able to like, okay, yeah, you are delusional. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not knocking. Y'all want to be promiscuous. Y'all want to fucking go out here and give it up and get tossed around in the streets. Go ahead. I know it's guys out there that's willing to do it. Shame on those guys. I'm not that type of guy. Just like Anti said, if I ever get a divorce, I probably go get me a webcam studio and hire some chicks and start making money off these bitches. Because the way they just flowing out here, I see opportunity. That's exactly what I would do.
Lady.
Okay, so I was gonna say that I used to have anxiety issues, right? So it came pretty severe where I had to make a change like ASAP. I made the change. I figured out how to not have an anxiety attack. But what I'm doing is taming what I am. I don't walk around saying I don't have anxiety, because I do. I just know how to not have an anxiety attack. I know my triggers when I'm going to get that way. So when those triggers come up, because I can't change the triggers, right? When the triggers come up, I
Glad you can.
How do you do that?
You could change your perception of the actual trigger. Once you go back to your childhood and your memory and change how you perceived what happened to you, it's no longer a trigger.
So
no, you got to work on
serious, right? I don't have
you right, but it's not that black and white like that. You're right.
No. I'm just letting her know so she can finish talking. I ain't want to just totally interrupt her. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I agree with Ali. It's not black and white, because I don't have nothing traumatic like what someone may be thinking. There's nothing traumatic that happened why I have anxiety. It could be just I watched a crazy ass scary movie, right, when I was young. And then now I have these crazy ass triggers. But I mean, even though, okay, I figure out what that is, how are you going to change something that maybe affected you in that way when it's already happened? Like, that's why I was mentioning a scar. Okay, I fell off of a bike. I can't change my memory of falling off the bike. It's there. It's not going nowhere. So what I'm saying is I know how to tame. I don't have anxiety attacks. It's been about 7 years now. I don't have anxiety attacks at all, but it's still there. That's what I'm saying.